Down a little bit. A little bit more this way. Tiny bit more this way. That'll do. Ah, it'll do. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Yes, I'm at a slight angle at the minute. But it's okay, because again, I've been lazy, okay? I can't be bothered to move the TV back into the living room, okay? Is that so bad? Is it? I just want to be lazy. But yes, in the last episode, we had continued on with the Apollo Justice Midnight Stream. It's only 6 o'clock here. But yes, in the last episode, we had continued on with Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, and we continued on with episode 5, Turnabout Revolution. And we were just about to cross-examine Mr. Paul Attition.
Here.
So, the rebels' crime. That was it. So, yeah, so we were just discussing that this lovely gentleman, Mr. Datsa Rebel, actually murdered Mr. Archie Buff. And so, if he is the one that murdered Archie Buff, then...
So you didn't remember anything from before?
I kind of remember. It's like, once I'm back into the swing of things, it all starts coming back to me. But, like, beforehand, it's... yeah, no. I've also just realised that lady is the exact same lady as the exact opposite side of the courtroom. Look in the top right-hand corner. It's the same person. Anyway. Matthew Berry. That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought. Why would the twin not sit with her twin, then? Answer me that. Why would the twin not sit with her twin? Anyway, I passed by the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Mr. Rebel. He was running out of the front door. It was around 10 at night, but surely that must have been him fleeing the scene of his crime. A vote for me is a vote to end such violence. That is my promise to you. Oh. Guess you could argue that. Suppose. The plaintiff saw a possible suspect fleeing from the doctor's residence, and it was within the window of the estimated time of death. Oh, yeah. That's Rebel. What in the world were you doing there, then? It seems Mr. Rebel was loitering about Crane Village that day. There's evidence he was in the doctor's study as well. Isn't that right, Mr. Justice? Ah.
Did you notice the name tag is something?
What thing? You mean the suitcase? Exactly. Mr. Rebel just happens to be sitting in the gallery today. Yeah. See? Right.
The full name tag there aligned.
I've completely forgotten. Ah, right, you backstabber. Why are you doing this to me? Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was something along that lines. All right. The counsel slash defense may question the plaintiff slash witness once more. Uh, Yeah, that sounds about right. Proceed, Mr. Justice, for
There is
God's
a line in
sake.
the name thing.
Politician. I mean, there is the whole Abe-atition thing. Abe-atition. Yes. Why are you taking a walk? Society is inundated with serious problems that must be solved. And, as a politician, I'm always on the job, thinking hard about possible solutions, even on my walks. Thanks for that answer. While we live out our comfy lives, there are starving children who suffer in the back alleys of our major cities. It's not me to ignore such suffering. A vote for me is a vote to end hunger and for world peace. Yes, Mr. Attition Wimperson. We are all very well aware of your outstanding character. Now please continue with your testimony. I can practically hear my poll numbers surging. Now, on with my speech. After all, the voting public must be informed of the magnificence that is me. No, this is like a full. Damn it. Okay. Where exactly were you when you saw Mr. Rebel? Right here, under this tree. I saw him dashing out of Dr. Buck's front door. Wait. Hashtag not sponsored, but Pepsi Max Lime. Hashtag not sponsored. It's just thirsty. Oh, pardon me. He didn't notice you? No, I was hidden by the tree. Is it really all that important to know?
His leader is dead in battle.
I'm going to say it is. Yes, I believe it matters a lot. I ask that it please be added to the witness's testimony. I kind of want to. Because the logic is there that if he's... I don't know. Because the world is shit.
Hold it!
What are you doing under that tree? A lack of lateral thinking. That is a politician's downfall. What? That is why, if I'm elected...
His brain definitely lacked that.
Oh, pardon me. Oh, always. Lateral thinking. His brain always lacked lateral thinking. Try saying that 5 times quickly. I promise to think outside the box. The question is, what are you doing under the tree, Mr. Attition Wimperson? I suppose I can't expect a plebeian to such as yourself to understand my grand design. Oh yeah? Try me, O Lord of Plebs. Mr. Attition Wimperson, I believe the court is well aware of your grand political vision. Now let's have the rest of your testimony, if you please. Pleb. I can hardly wait for the upcoming election. Oh no, that is the entrance.
Hold it!
Did you notice anything unusual? Yes, his behavior was incredibly suspicious. His eyes were darting all around as he ran off in total panic. As soon as I saw that, I knew he had done something. It probably wasn't good. Despite that, you still didn't report it to the police. Who would have thought that he'd killed Dr. Buff? Not me. That's why I didn't report him. The witness didn't notify the police. Is that an important statement, Mrs. Yes, it's important. I request the witness add it to his testimony. Sure, why not? I swear Emma said something about someone notified the police but wanted to remain anonymous. I don't know if I have that. No, because that's the robbery. Fireworks are going off.
Hold it!
It's the report the robbery.
But how? How is it the report of the robbery? I don't know. You had no idea who's dead. In other words, you knew nothing about what had happened. I am truly ashamed of myself. What? There's been a gruesome murder in my beloved village. What a fool I've been. I was thinking of the village's future and world peace. It seems my earnest attitude and industrious nature have come back to haunt me. Any politician would try to pass off self-aggrandizement,
No, it's the floor plan.
whatever, as self-deprecation. Well, you think this is how all the politicians will be from now on? They're all doomed if they are. If you don't mind, I'd like to continue with my testimony.
time.
I was gonna say it was around 10 at night, which kind of.
Hold it!
No. But at the time, you didn't know the doctor was dead, is that correct? It's true that I've been known as a prodigy from a very young age. Huh? I graduated high school and college with exceptional grades.
Just let it
As
look. Let's
class
see what she
president.
said.
Yeah. I reformed stale old school traditions. My exploits were even covered in local papers. But as exceptional as I am, I can't possibly be expected to know everything at all times. This isn't working. He keeps bending the questions to serve his own needs. Hang in there, Apollo. Mr. Attition Wimpson, the record is well aware of your exceptional nature. Now, would you please continue your testimony? I have the upcoming election in the bag.
Hold it!
So, how do you actually intend to end such violence? Elite politicians such as myself never reveal their strategies. Do you really think that I would divulge such sensitive information to the likes of you? Yeah, but surely you have some sort of campaign platform you're running on. No comment. Clearly he is a platform, told by an idiot, full of sound and fury signifying nothing. He said he saw Dats from under the tree. If that's true, then did you make something out? Yeah, I think he's hiding something. So get a look at the evidence, Athena. Maybe that? Maybe the raincoat? So the raincoat or the study photo or the diagram.
Objection!
It's not that. I'm looking, but what am I supposed to see? Oh, as your boss and mentor, here's a bit of advice. Never present evidence before you have a good grasp of the situation at hand. Right. Yeah, sorry. That was letting Judge his penalty. Ouch. Don't team for just doing what Mr. Wright always does anyway.
Objection!
There's something off about that statement. That seems perfectly reasonable to me. No, something's definitely not right if you listen really carefully. Got to know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em. Oh, I love this one. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. I'm going to consult. Just to make sure I've got the right statement. I'm pretty sure it is the tree. It's not the fucking tree.
Study photo.
Objection!
I don't... I don't get that. I don't. Mr. Attention Wimpson, rather than Mr. Rebel, wasn't there something else that should have had your undivided attention? Like what? Oh yes, of course. A politician must also keep his finger on the electorate's pulse. Sorry, but you're way off. Thanks on the nation's... I am. The witness saw Mr. Rebel from his position here. Then he should have also been able to see the doctor's body. After all, it was right next to a huge window. Right, here's where I have my argument. I see what they're going for. Here's my argument. In this picture, right here, right now, is that, or is that not, the top of the tree? I rest my case. I believe you have a point there. Exactly. That's what I was saying all along. With the body that clearly visible. Oh, with the body that clearly visible to the witness, it's unthinkable that he wouldn't have reported it to the police. Ugh. The witness care to respond?
He is not fit enough to be up there.
Oh God, who? Who, Paul or the judge? Which one? Did he fall asleep? Mr. Attention Wimpson? He has a snot bubble. Mr. Attention Wimpson! Yeah.
Phoenix.
True. Oh, there are many sides to any issue. What did I ever do to deserve this? In any case, I'm in court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness's testimony. Mr. Attention Wimpson, did you really see Mr. Rebel? Yes.
Hold it!
Okay. Nice. And that settles that. Where do you think you're going? Oh, I thought I'd return to my seat, seeing as I had already answered the question. Some small town hall debate. You just stay right there until I say we're through. I'll have to run that by my campaign.
Objection!
Why? Oh, for God's sake. Glare. He just says the word glare. Gulp. He just says the word gulp. Mr. Attention Wimpson, I think it's time for you to come clean. Huh? So, does this mean he didn't see Mr. Rebel? As your lawyer, Mr. Attention Wimpson, I advise you divulge that matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. Yeah, hey, sure about this. I'm in the midst of running for office. I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. Don't worry. You won't suffer any blowback for what you're about to reveal. Blowback? I'm not sure I like the sound of that, Mr. Wright. It sounds oddly sexual. Not to worry, Your Honor. I've done it many times myself. It's actually quite pleasurable. So just let it run its course, okay then? Mr. Justice, do what you need to do. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? Come on, think of it. Emma, who was the first one to discover the body?
Not that.
Whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? Happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. Wait, you're saying that... Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was. Are you watching this on a TV? Or why don't you make tea/coffee and watch this on your phone? I forget the camera's not that way at the minute, it's this way. My client, Mr. Politician Wimperson. Oh, the music. Whee! What? You don't say. So you see, he played his part as concerned citizen. Quite admirably, if I may say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. It's in our society today. There are too many who choose indifference over righteous action. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest. What a real standard bearer he is, reporting it anonymously. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body? Oh, do you mean Mr. Rebel? He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. Wait. That means... Yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Rebel fleeing the scene of a heinous murder. Ah! And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Rebel looked exceedingly suspicious. And that's putting it mildly. We already know the Defiant Dragons threatened the Doctor with bodily harm. And now they've killed him. This so-called orb transfer agreement is null and void. Ah! I'm gonna sneeze a minute. Paul, if you don't come in,
Midnight Street.
oh, there we go.
4 of them even Phoenix. Should I make tea or coffee to watch this? It's woof. Nerf Bastion.
Text-to-speech doesn't like you again. Text-to-speech doesn't like you. And what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Rebel who killed the Doctor? That move had desperate written all over it. It's all I've got, so I'm going with it. Evidence? Suppose it's true that I don't have any. I knew it! But I do have another witness. You do? You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. Any witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Rebel's guilt. Any witness? I wonder who it could be. Very well, bailiff. Need someone on new witness. The court will take a brief recess.
Helicopter, helicopter, barricopter, barricopter.
I get the first one. What the hell is a barricopter? Helicopter, helicopter. Ow. Hang on. There we go. I would like both sides to use this time to prepare properly, understood? Bang. I should have just continued on a little bit more in the last episode, but hey ho, what can you do? Wow, I knew Mr. Wright would put up a tough fight, but yeah, just when we thought we had him, he turned the tables on us. He really is the turnabout terror. We can't let him blindside us again. Ah, fair enough. Looks like they got me again. 20 times in 1 year. That's a new record. Oh yeah. That's, please, no more new records. Or bad puns while you're at it. I'm not trying to help you as it is. Roger that. I'll be more careful next time. That's, as well Mr. Wright said, true. Do really pay a visit to Dr. Buff that night. Sure did. Can't remember what the exact time though. All we know is he wouldn't hand over the orb. Someone put it in his head that we rebels were dangerous. And that's why he threw me out. So the doctor was still alive when Dutz last saw him. What's that to prove it though? Better brace yourself, son. A nice witness's testimony could make or break this case. Yeah, I know. Hey, where's Trucy? She's ready to go see her dad. Maybe she's still mad. I'm not like worried. Worried this trial will create a rift between you two. And you may leave the agency. She has an active imagination. Excuse me, the trial will be resuming shortly. Well, let's see what that new testimony awaits us. Bang. Alright, court is back in session. That's right. You ready to have a witness? Your Honor, I would like to call the lone survivor of the doctor's murder to the stand. Wait, he can't mean that Sarge is here? You mean Dr. Buff's reclusive son? How did you get him to cooperate? Ah, yes, that was it. Russian Belduke. Or whatever. Nothing that little persuasion can't handle. Poor child only agreed to help if it meant catching the killer. Getting a kid like that to overcome his fear. Well, that's impressive. It must be a really important testimony for a kid to come out of public like this. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please call your witness to the stand. There is no witness. There is a helicopter. Hello. The helicopter's back. Oh my. Sergeant Buff at your service, sir. Here's the drone. Really? Mr. Wright, is there any meaning of this? Past trauma has rendered it impossible for witness to venture into public. Giving it was hard enough. Seems like the witness lobby was just too much. But I would still like to continue with testimony delivered via this drone. That must be terrible to lose one's father like that. But just my remote control toy. Well, let's take things for a spin and see how it goes. Just who's piloting this trial anyway? I'm gonna sneeze again. Well, yeah, not again, but you know me. There, it's gone. Ah, Jesus Christ. The judge shall order to the idea first. I think the phrase you're looking for is gave up. You disappoint me, Corporal Justice. To think I once called you comrade. Defending the man who killed Papa? That's full-on treason, soldier. I hereby demote you back to private. Corporal? Private? What's he talking about, Apollo? It's a long story. Now then, are you ready to testify, youngster? Locked and loaded, sir. Ready to rain lead down upon the perpetrator. We whiz. What happened that evening? Papa met with someone he did the night he died. I didn't have eyes on the ground. I said I already mounted my siege defense box. I did hear him arguing with someone about his study. From my window I saw the one designated Dats getting ejected from the premises. After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it. Ooh, mood matrix. I love a good mood matrix. Who's thrown out? Who's thrown out, but later returned and committed the murder, did he? Yes, Your Honor. So the man my client saw... Or he must have been the fleeing Mr. Rebel. Objection! Right, you backstabbing no good... I didn't kill no one! It's the enemy. Radio missiles and fire! Wow, 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 wow! Capitalist pig. I'll turn you into pork stroganoff. And that's just a taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon. Oh. Sorry. Fires missiles too? Yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice. Whatever. I've seen enough of this bullshit. It's ridiculous. Papa met with someone the night he died.
Hold it!
If I met with someone, could you be more specific? No. It's in the midst of a crucial defensive siege operation. Right. You're referring to how you don't leave your room, correct? You'll never know where the enemy might be lurking outside the siege perimeter. What about, you know, the school? Oh, I don't go to boot camp. I'm a soldier. A sergeant doesn't associate with rookies still too green to fight. Again like this, I bet talked about before I began any rest in the afterlife either. Very brave you to come to the courthouse today. But what was that you said about the siege defense? Oh, that? Well...
Hold it!
Well... Sarge? I've always wondered... Who or what are you battling? That's... classified. Even so, it may be relevant to this case. I don't know if you're the right person to be asking about things like that. That's right. Such matters need to be handled with certain delicacy. Oh, I guess curiosity got the better of me.
On that statement.
No talk and no action, soldier. I was on the battlefield. It ain't the number of pretty words in your repertoire. But the number of bullets in your gun belt that counts. Easy for you to say. You're the one with all of them. But when displeased with his court what his horn heard that night. Are you sure? Oh, I guess the
Objection!
it was on the floor, wasn't it? I forgot about that it was on the floor. Sarge, are you hiding something from me? How dare you question a superior officer like that? You want to get in on this dog-and-laugh action with Pig Boy over there, soldier? Sorry, but I'm afraid lawyers are missile-proof. What? Would defense care to explain? I don't know how many times I've said that statement in this series, but there we go. It's simple, Your Honor. And just as he's able to see what is happening in court right now, Sarge was able to see what was happening in the study then. With his cherished drone, of course. Ah, now that you mention it. Not to think, the answer was right before our eyes this entire time. Sarge, you were perfectly capable of patrolling the study that night, so you must have seen something. I'm hit. What is this strange new weaponry you're using against me? I have oil leaking from my pores. And I am also whirring slower. All warriors don't use guns or missiles, because evidence is our weapon of choice. As the evidence has exposed your bald-faced lie, my truth bomb, Sarge, has stripped your defenses bare. A truth bomb? No! Ah! Mayday, mayday, I'm going down! Oh my, are you alright? Evidence. Never have I seen such a fearsome ordnance. Tell it to us straight, Sarge. After all, you want to help your father, don't you? Papa. Yes, you want to find out who killed him, don't you? So please, tell us what you saw that night. It's not what you think. I... Whoop. Nope. There we go. It's not really... I didn't see anything. I swear. You sure? Seem awfully stressed for someone who didn't see anything. Sarge, you need to answer my question. Shut the boy-hole, maggot. I'll be a scorching day in Siberia before a lowly private like you orders me around. What's with him in Siberia, of all places? A scorching day is what it'll take. Maybe it's time to turn up the heat. Hey, Vienna? You think a therapy session might help? Well, it could help alleviate some of his anxiety. Possibly picking up a lot of discord inside his voice. It usually means the patient wants to say something, but can't for some reason. In Sarge's case, I imagine whatever's plaguing him is pretty severe. In that case, I'll leave it up to you and your mood matrix magic. You got it. Your Honor? I believe I can be of help here. Time for a therapy session, is it, Miss Rex? Yes, you'll help the witness with his anxiety. Maybe even enough to testify. Then, by all means, please bring the poor child out into the light of day. Oh, but I assume this will be all right with you, Mr. Wright. Why not? Not like we all haven't been through this before. What are you butting in for, lady? The place in this battlefield for you? I beg to differ, Sarge. This G.I. Jane's always ready for a fight in the courtroom. And wait until you see what I got in my arsenal. Analytics... Sorry, no. And wait until you see what I've got in my arse. Arsenal of weapons. Analytical psychology. I'm gonna blow a big old hole in the armor you've built around your heart. First evidence, now analytical psychology. Where are these WMDs coming from? Weapons of mass destruction. Well, if it's a battle we want, bring it on. You may have started this war, but I'm going to end it. Corpse woman Sykes. You got it, Sarge. Tie us together, the agony buried deep in your heart. Raise yourself. Raise yourself. Ooh. Why did I just say ooh? Why? We don't talk about what just happened. I stayed in my room with my jaw that evening. I heard Dad and Papa arguing with each other. Okay. Dad's got kicked out, but they saw him still hanging around outside. He's in my room, so I didn't know Papa was dead until the next day.
Got it!
You're a lot less shocked about that. That's strange. You reacted with shock when you discovered your father's body. Yet you weren't nearly as shocked then when you saw Mr. Rebel. Normally you'd expect the death of one's father to be much more impactful. Enemy fire! Dialect heat! That is strange. What do I could mean? Well, we know he wasn't affected by his father's death, as he should have been. I think I know why. Oh? Sarge, you weren't as shocked at seeing your father's body as seeing Mr. Rebel because you'd already seen his body. Sarge, maybe the truth is you left your room that night. And that's where you saw it. My father's body. I saw no such thing. Really? You didn't see his body? Alright then. What did you see? Look about him, what's the noise? So just as I suspected, he really did see something. Sarge, please, tell us what you saw. But... Once I saw it, I couldn't bear it. I couldn't stand to let you lose yet another loved one. Huh? Are you missing something here? Is that why you weren't very shocked when you found out your father was dead? You already sensed that he was a god somehow? Maybe. Please, Sarge. What was it you saw on the night of your father's murder? Oh, I saw What's happening? I don't like where this is going. No more, please.
Help.
He's taken Widget. Do you give Widget back? You give Widget back now. I've confiscated your little toy. The battlefield is no place for unauthorized equipment. Widget!
Paul, I can continue the session without him.
Calm yourself, this is the witness.
In the end, I made coffee with extract coffee. It's super bitter.
Don't like bitter coffee. I tell you what I do like. A good latte or a mocha. I love a mocha. Because I love a hot chocolate and I love a coffee. Don't know what the hell that was. I hereby order you to submit your therapy session. What in blazes? Look at me. I am Judge, Jury, and Executioner now. I hereby convene a military tribunal. Jesus Christ. Whoa, this has gone way too far. Right, arrest that drone this instant. Stop resisting. Jesus Christ. Did I go quietly out?
Give it your back, please.
Yes, no, maybe? I don't know.
Here. I get it back.
Nice work. This witness is truly a handful. Up, 2, 3, 4.
From the store had 40% to 60% sugar.
Touche. Fair enough. Did not know that. Miss Sykes, what's the witness's current psychological state?
Let's see. He's emotionally all over the map.
So his out of control emotions are in control of him, huh? Does that mean we can calm him... Hello, Train. Does that mean we can calm him down if we can figure out the root cause?
Yes. So let's see what we can find. Sarge, can you hear me?
Oh, is that you, Constable Sykes?
I'm here. Now, I want you to take a few deep breaths. Just try to relax. Try with me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out.
In, out. I shake it all about.
And now, let your emotions take you where they will. Come on, just let it all out.
Oh, what is attack?
It's the least relaxing breathing exercise I've ever seen. Like, seriously. Wait.
The cocoa beans
Sadness and
is
shock.
brown after cooking. It's brown to black after mixing. The cocoa butter is out.
Yes. Nothing in that image strikes me as either sad or shocking. I heard more fighting and I got worried about Papa. There's an info update. So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remembered a flame lighting up the room.
Got it!
Because of the arson of his mom's death. That's it! Sarge, You were overcome with shock and fear when you saw those flames, weren't you? Was I? Yes, just 6 months ago, you and your mother were caught up in an arsonist blaze. So it's no one you would be extremely scared of fire. What time is it? 56. Yes, that does make sense, yes. And maybe, just
and the butter
maybe,
is what makes white chocolate, and white chocolate is not chocolate.
I hate the fact that text-to-speech keeps saying chocolate, not chocolate. It's chocolate. And white chocolate is not, and white chocolate is not chocolate. I'm like, don't, just call it chocolate. It's chocolate, not chocolate. A subconscious fear of fire was what caused you to withdraw from the world. What do you mean, corpse woman's sakes? In the outside world, you were bound to come across all sorts of fire. Candles, cigarettes, even the grill at the diner. Even if it's not that often, just the idea you might see them. Oh, my feet are cold. Grew bigger and bigger until you couldn't shut it out. Wait, I think I might be onto something. Candles, cigarettes. Just thinking about them since it chilled down my spine. Wow. Things I take for granted. I see. I was afraid. Afraid of the fire. Strange. Didn't even realize it myself. About that fire, Sarge. Can you tell me what it was burning? Just stay calm and maybe something will come to you. I'm starting to remember. It was that relic. That relic Papa was studying. It was on fire. The orb was on fire? Mm-hmm. It's still kind of fuzzy. But yes, the orb or whatever was burning right in front of Papa. And there, in the flames, was Mama? Yes, now I remember. I saw Mama appear amid the dancing flames. Wait, what? That is slightly terrifying. Okay.
Speaking about PTSD, IDF soldiers have PTSD, that when they were going to be deployed again they committed Sudoku.
Jesus Christ. Sudoku. Is that what we're calling it, text-to-speech? Sudoku, not Sudoku. Or whatever. Sudoku? What's going on here?
Maybe it's a memory from the fire that killed his mother. Maybe confusing it with what really happened when his father died.
Okay, so let me guess.
Mother, Abby? Yep. This time, seems there's an inconsistency in his statements. I think we should be able to prove it with the evidence at hand.
This inconsistency is the key. Proving the relic really is the Founder's Orb. I heard more fighting, I got worried about Papa, so I left the room and suddenly I dazed passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room and Papa grinning with delight. The relic was on fire and I saw Mama's face inside. That's when Papa must have been killed. If only I hadn't passed out. Bosh. Yes? No? Fuck. Is that who? Well, because of the... Well, no, because of the thing! Well, for thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return. Fine. Do-do-do.
See, Apollo, Sarge is saying his father was burning the orb when he was killed. Doesn't that seem funny to you? Considering what the doctor was up to that night, doesn't add up. But I ain't mention it. Right, I better look through the evidence one more time. He and Sarge's fear of fires during the past memory. As a result, the memory of what he really saw is being suppressed. And he tries to remember the past memory of is being overlaid onto the more recent one.
Wow. Well, that sure is a tricky beast.
We'll just start finding consistency. Right.
Founder
Assume finding
on
is...
6.
Yes, yes, yes. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was gonna say the doctor hid it, didn't he? But I couldn't remember. Don't blame yourself, Sarge. After all, even if you hadn't passed out, the outcome would have been the same. What do you mean? I'm talking about the time of death. Your father wasn't killed right after you left your room. What? Explain yourself at once, Private Justice. You said you saw your father burning the orb, right? But that night, he went out to hide it in a cave. So, what you saw, Sarge, was something that happened before your father left to hide the orb. Ugh. So you see, you didn't pass out right before he was killed. You passed out right before he left the cave to hide the orb in the ruins within. So, even if I hadn't passed out, that's right, the outcome would have been exactly the same. Because your father, Dr. Boff, was killed after he returned from the ruins. And therefore, Sarge, there's no need for you to blame yourself. Hang on. There we go. And therefore, Sarge, there's no need for you to blame yourself. Oh, I see. Private Justice, can you really say I bear no blame in this? Why do you ask? Because, well, the truth is, if I had engaged in my siege defense, Papa would still be alive. Sarge, Papa wished nothing more for me to lead a happy, healthy life. That's why he quit his job and moved us out away from the big city. But even then, I didn't have the courage to set foot into the outside world. In the end, I failed to make Papa's wish come true. Jesus Christ, this is heart-wrenching, man.
Time for last testimony or we're gonna go.
Now we'll stick around a little bit longer. Sarge?
If you want to make your father's wish come true, if that's what you really want, then who's to say it's too late? Why don't you take the first step now?
My first step?
That's right. You can cast off all your regret. You can stop standing still and start moving forward. You have the power within you. I know from experience. I know what it's like to feel like you do. But only you can decide to take that first step.
If you don't change your tactics now, Sarge, the victory you seek in the war you're waging will always lie beyond your grasp. think I understand now. You've made up my mind. At this moment, I will suspend my siege defense indefinitely. Oh, I gotta see the kid behind the helicopter. Oh, hi! That's not what I was expecting, huh?
Sorry, Buff. Reporting for duty.
What? I thought you were a guy.
Army girl is here.
You're definitely not the gruff drill sergeant I envisioned. Oh, well, my mama was in the Russian army.
I was just as shocked, but it certainly explained a few things when I found out too. May I introduce Miss Army Buff, age 12. No way.
Careful, Sergeant, don't forget he can blow you away at a moment's notice.
Like mama, like daughter.
Pretty much, yeah.
She's so cute.
So, have you always been in a wheelchair, Sarge?
Negative. Only since I was injured. In the fire.
You always sounds awfully different from before. Ooh, ooh. Ooh.
Micro features a mind voice modulation device. It's one of the Army's many technological marvels.
Well, you fooled me. I thought some 20-something military fanatic was in control.
If it's only the same to you, Trips, I'd like to continue my testimony. I just remembered something. It's as crisp and clear as a jump in a roll call.
What did you remember?
It was my military pin in the burning orb. Some lady papa had showed me a picture a long time ago. He said it was the Holy Mother, the Fountain of Charism. Scared me there, right in the burning orb.
Huh? What did you just say?
What do you just say? Oh my god. Phoenix, you've just lost.
So the research note 3th. Song.
Bye-bye.
Yeah?
The Holy Mother of Charism was in the burning orb? What does that even mean?
I have a bad feeling about this. Could it be? Could this explain what Sarge means by the Holy Mother appearing in the burning orb?
Take that!
Dr. Buff's research notes? What do they have to do with this?
Look at this. The burning orb, the appearance of the founder. This part points to both.
Take that!
There's a legend about the orb involving a mysterious riddle, and this song, in turn, is said to contain the key to solving it. The legend is true, and I believe the answer lies in this part of the song. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return. Well, anyone see where I'm going with this? Prayers as fervent as fire. Duh! You're supposed to set the orb on fire. Pardon me. The whole stanza seems to suggest that the founder will appear if the orb is set on fire.
Wait, so the doctor He...
Yes, Athena. He had solved the ancient riddle of the Founder's Orb.
Oh my! Oh, it's all getting intense now, isn't it? Papa's a great archaeologist, so I believe in him, and I want to believe.
I don't know what I'm doing with this child's voice anymore.
I believe it's true. James Lord James solving the riddle before he died.
It's instructions. Pretty much, yeah. Well, it is a riddle, but it's a riddle for the instructions. Because realistically, I'm sorry, only thy prayers as fervent as fire. You wouldn't exactly go, oh yeah, light the damn thing on fire, would you?
Yes, dear Papa Justice, please. Let me see what Papa was searching for.
Objection.
Objection?
The plaintiff must object to this. Now the plaintiff will stand down and be quiet. You don't have a right to set a precious relic like that on fire. Oh, well, I do. All we need is with Starge's permission, since we still don't know if this treasure is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Ami Faye. Any ownership rights the Doctor had now belong to his daughter. Therefore, you have absolutely no right to stop us.
Very well, Mr. Justice. I never thought I'd be saying this, but you may burn the evidence.
Alright, here we go. I wonder what's going to happen. Well, I mean, we kind of know what's going to happen, but... Is that the same lighter they... Is that the lighter... Oh, no, it's not. Thank God for that. What's going to happen? Which training? Which training? Look!
Apollo, the inside of the orb. It's melting.
There's something in there.
It's not the gun.
I was going to say, is that the lighter gun thing?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Dirk, isn't she?
Her garb leaves no room for doubt. It's the Founder herself. Face and all. My God. We're only the first people to see the Holy Mother's face.
Look at that.
Oh, go away, stupid fly. I don't understand. The greatest of taboos in Koreanism is a depiction of the Founder's face. Yet here it is, hidden within this orb. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but as you can see, the issue is crystal clear. This figure is the Holy Mother, founder of Koreanism. And based on that, this must be none other than the Founder's Orb. Be that as it may, Mr. Rebel still might have killed the Doctor. If so, it would render the Orb Transfer Agreement null and void. Don't play dumb, Mr. Wright. The truth of the matter has already been proven. Donovan wasn't killed right after Sarge saw Mr. Rebel, and after the Doctor came back from hiding the damn orb. Even you've no proof that Mr. Rebel was still around at the time. Your claim that the Divine Dragons were behind the crime doesn't hold water. And that means the Orb Transfer Agreement is still perfectly valid. Admit it, Mr. Wright. I just burned your whole case to the ground.
And what? I actually what? Mr. Wright, you can't respond.
Respond? I didn't think so.
Wait, did we just win? Did we actually just beat the Turnabout Terror? You're amazing, Apollo.
Don't just stand there, right? Do something. Oh, yes. Well, I don't think there's any ticket out of this hole. Mr. Titian Wimperson, I think it's time for your concession speech. I have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt this is the Founder's Orb. The facts don't lie, but you obviously do. How's that for a campaign slogan? Why, you impetuous peasant.
Last testimony of this trial.
It is a good time to wrap up this trial. Both parties have no further objections. I will render my verdict.
Did you see, Runner? No hold it. Father, you can't do this. The crystal is mine. I'll lose the election if I lose that crystal. I'm sorry, but there's really nothing more I can do. You haven't forgotten about our little chat, have you? Seriously? Don't tell me Maya's in trouble. Or Trucy. Most likely Maya. God damn it, is Maya being kidnapped again? So not only, can I just say, not only in this game has she been put on trial for murder, she's also been kidnapped. Maybe. Going for gold here. What's going on here? I object to the defence's last claim.
Not Trucy is safe and Maya is. Ask Dirk.
Maya is just Maya at this point. What? I don't believe they have truly proven that the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb. Mr. Wright, I don't even think you could bluff your way out of this one. What possible argument could you have that to claim that this isn't the Founder's Orb? About that. Oh, of course. He can't possibly have hit on something. The defense's assertion is incomplete, and this is why. The claim that this is the relic of the Founder's Orb is based on a legend, and that legend claims that the Founder will return when the riddle is solved at last. Right, and that's what happened. The Founder was revealed for all to see. But Mr. Justice, what about the rest of the legend? Huh? According to the legend, once the Founder returned, she would bestow spiritual power onto the person who solved the riddle. You're kidding, right? Well, Mr. Justice, do you feel great spiritual power coursing through your veins? No. Well, receiving spiritual powers and stuff, it's all just a mystic mumbo-jumbo, right? Maybe so, but you're the one basing your claim on said legend. What we saw here does not fully fulfill it, does it? No, but... Consequently, you cannot rightfully claim that this is the Founder's Orb.
We need you, but we don't have the mother name.
Oh, that's also true. Wait, hang on, Pearl? What do you mean, Pearl? Well, actually, where is Pearl? Where has she just disappeared off to? Also, dead silence. What's gone into him? Why is Mr. Wright doing this?
Mr. Wright has lost a few of his marbles.
That couldn't be further from the truth, Your Honor.
In any case, I believe this is a good time for a recess. Both sides will have 20 minutes to prepare, so that all arguments be ready by then. Oh, and Miss Wright, you do well to wash up and find your missing marbles by then too.
Oh, dear me. Mr. Wright is sure acting funny. I mean, he's famous for going out on limb, but that last assertion was just plain crazy. It's either a bluff or a Hail Mary. Either way, it just doesn't make any sense.
Maybe there's something we're missing here. Although, he seemed perfectly normal when we spoke earlier.
Paulo, I have a bad feeling about this. I'm gonna go check up on him. What's going on with you, Mr. Wright?
Hey, Private Justice?
Sarge.
So I forgot to mention something. On the night of Papa's murder, a strange thing happened.
Oh? But why are you only telling me about it now?
Well, I didn't say anything before because I thought Papa's death was an accident. Now that we know otherwise, I think it might be important.
There's still more to this case?
When I went to my room and lost consciousness, I put her right here.
That's right above the coffee bar.
Mm-hmm. But when I came to, someone was pushing my wheelchair.
What?
Oh, I just
I was so
noticed the ranger helmet.
Yeah, ranger helmet. You got a star with wings as well. Pretty cool. Pretty neat.
I was so scared I'd be in a hasty retreat. As fast as my legs escaped me.
Do you know who it was?
No, it was pitch black. Plus, I fled to my room so fast I didn't even have a chance to turn on the lights.
Maybe it was your father.
No, he would have said something to me. Besides, I didn't know if it was him.
Then it could have been your father's real killer?
My thoughts exactly.
But you didn't report this to the police.
It didn't even occur to me.
It's okay. You're obviously still upset, so don't beat yourself up over it. Apollo, this could be really important information. And the act of pushing Sarge's wheelchair could be part of some bigger scheme. Hard to see why else the killer would have done such a thing. Guess you should take a statement down as evidence. Oh, welcome back, Dana. Ah, not you too. Not you too! Huh? What's that long face?
A ranger helmet is high in the army's rank. Her modern is high rank army.
What? What? Huh? What? Wait. Oh, that's why. This entire time I've been sat on the TV remote. For God's sake. There we go. Goodness sake. I can't trust myself. How did it go with Miss Wright?
What should I do? Athena? Sorry, turn out there for a second. There is a source of us, so let's go.
What was that all about? Something's going on. This is Maya, isn't it? This has Maya written all over it. Alright, court is once again back in session. Mr. Wright, about the last objection you raised. We, the plaintiffs, still believe the defence has yet to sufficiently prove its case. They claim that, according to legend, the Founder's Orb would bestow spiritual power, yet the relic in question has failed to do so. Therefore, it has failed its own test. I see. He's sticking with that ridiculous argument. Furthermore, even if it is the Founder's Orb, it can't be awarded to the Defiant Dragons. After all, they were the ones who killed Dr. Buff.
Objection!
What are you talking about? It was already proven to be false. There are no grounds for asserting the Defiant Dragons murdered the Doctor. Oh, but I'm afraid there are, Mr. Justice. Your Honour, I'd like to present new testimony to this court. Testimony will show that Dad Cerebral did, in fact, kill Dr. Buff. What? Very well. You may call your witness.
Yes, Mr. Wright found another new angle.
What new testimony could there be at this late in the game? And I didn't even mean in court, I mean in the game, Ace Attorney. Fellow citizens, it is I, politician, a once and future representative of the people. Jeez, not him again. My client divulged new information to me during the recess. He remembered something he saw, you see. Something crucial to this case. How very convenient.
It's not even half of this turnaround.
What do you mean? What isn't? It was around 11 at night. There was another mobile meet and greet around the village. That's when I saw Dr. Buff being murdered from outside his study window. And Mr. Rebel snuck up from behind and struck him on the head. His weapon of choice, a suitcase. A big strong man like him could easily swing a heavy suitcase onto someone's head. Oh, right, this trial but not this turnabout. That makes sense now. You saw the murder as it happened? You're just telling us now because? I say the best for last. It's a tactic now to all political grades. The weapon was a complete mystery, but my client's eyewitness account has finally brought it into light. According to the autopsy report, Dr. Buff was struck in the head by the corner of some object. But that could very well be the corner of the suitcase. But eyewitness testimony isn't the same as hard evidence. That actually brings up a very valid point. I do not have the suitcase. Okay. Oh, but I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. What's that supposed to mean? We have physical evidence too. A luminol test revealed... Ah, you bastard. The doctor's blood on Mr. Rebel's suitcase. Of course it bloody was. Really? How does this prove Mr. Rebel used it as a weapon?
Objection!
You should know the answer to that, Mr. Justice. Since you know as well as I that the suitcase is covered in his fingerprints. I recall we dusted it right in front of Emma. Nose blocked.
Turnabout terror strikes again.
Quite convincing testimony and evidence. Unless should we proceed with our cross-examination, Mr. Justice? That's his crime.
Hold it!
Definitely press and guess this lot. You're on a so-called mobile meeting at 11 at night. That's right. It's the perfect time because everyone is at home. You really see as the villagers' eyes teared up as when they heard what I had to say. It is a frustration, no doubt. Been right around your pardon? That's right. Some villager do reported me to the police. Bad for me to after dark. I wonder what all that noise he makes. What exactly did you see then?
Hold it!
He stuck up from behind? Is then the doctor never even realized Mr. Rebel was there? That's right. He was utterly absorbed in a book. I see. What did you see Mr. Rebel do next? He climbed up the bookshelf ladder and dumped a bunch of books down on the body. He was trying to make it look like an accident. Well, that idiot didn't realize I could see everything from outside the window. One of those statements doesn't feel right. Your Honor, I believe the witness made an important statement just now about how the doctor was reading a book. The doctor was reading a book at the time of the murder? That's vital testimony. Very well, the witness will please add that statement to his testimony.
Objection!
The doctor was standing in front of the bookshelves, absorbed in a book, you say. I'm sorry, but it seems your testimony is completely unreliable. That's quite a bold statement. Well, let's hear you back it up. I challenge you to prove that I am anything but 100% reliable. It would be my pleasure. Lately, it seems Doctor's eyes has gotten so bad he needed reading glasses. However, his reading glasses were over on his desk. So you see, there's no way he could have been reading in front of the bookshelves. I'm sorry, Mr. Letitia Whipperson, but I'm going to have to ask you to explain this discrepancy to the voting public. Yeah. You what? I'll explain it, you lowly cur. I simply made a mistake, you see. And the doctor was actually sitting at his desk when Mr. Rabble hit him over his head. And the doctor would have been facing him. Surely he would have seen him and tried... Fair enough. Try to... run? Dr. Buff was nodding off. Do 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 do. I could tell because his eyes were closed and he wasn't moving. Sounds more like what you would do. So how do you explain the fact that he was struck in the back of the head? Is that something that should be impossible from the front of the desk? Oh, about that. He bowed his head when he nodded off. That's when he was clobbered.
That's not sure. Well, Mr. Justice, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable explanation to me. Do you have a problem with the proposal the doctor was stuck while nodding off?
I'm going to say big problem because of the book. I'm going to say it's the book. Do.
Present the diagram.
Yeah, that's also true. But his statement doesn't hold up under the slightest bit of scrutiny.
Is that so? Will you please show this court what evidence you have to justify this?
Gladly, Your Honour. This shows the problem with the witness's claim that he saw the doctor nodding off.
Take that!
The bookshelf.
A diagram of the study?
Mr. Letitia Wimberson... Mr. Letitia Wimberson allegedly viewed the murder from here. And the doctor was allegedly nodding off here. But from his vantage point, the bookcase would have blocked the witness's line of sight.
Why, yes, I believe right.
Yeah.
Objection!
Not the thing. The fact remains my client knew the suitcase was the murder weapon, so he definitely has first-hand knowledge of the crime scene. I'm afraid I have to agree with you there, Mr. Wright. But then we have to ask ourselves, from what vantage point did he see the murder? What are you insinuating, Mr. Justice? From what vantage point could Mr. Letitia Wimberson have seen a dozing doctor? Once we determine that, I believe we'll finally see the truth behind this incident. You gotta be kidding me.
But that's...
It is indeed. Everything only makes sense if the witness was there in the study. Inside the study? That's a scene of a crime. I know. Mr. Letitia Wimberson, the man who claims to be a witness to the murder, was most certainly in that very room. Apollo, are you suggesting? Mr. Letitia Wimberson, weren't you the one who actually swung that suitcase?
Objection!
Yeah! What you're proposing is ludicrous. My client is a small, thin man, whereas Mr. Rebel has the musculature to pull it off. He has a point. I gave up trying to lift that thing after one go. That's right, he's the only one who could have lifted such a heavy object. Now do you understand? That rebel that's a rebel is the doctor's killer. As long as the suitcase is the murder weapon, the suspicion falls entirely on Dance. You have to poke a hole in Mr. Wright's argument, Sir Apollo. Oh, I will. And with his own technique, no less. Mr. Attition Wimperson couldn't swing the suitcase around. Who would have stopped to consider another way he could have used it as a murder weapon instead? I'm going to turn this case on its head, Mr. Wright. Just like you taught me. You talk big, Mr. Justice, but do you have what it takes?
Well, this should be interesting.
Mr. Attition Wimperson's testimony has been filled with one inaccuracy after another. First he stated Dr. Buff was in front of the bookshelves, now he claims the doctor was sitting at his desk. So where was the victim really when he was killed? Also, where was his killer, and how was the murder weapon really used?
The important thing here is the position of the victim and the killer relative to each other.
Yes, Your Honor. If they are positioned in a certain way, it would be possible to use the suitcase as a murder weapon without lifting a finger. You can't mean... I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. It's quite distinctive, as you can see. If Dr. Buff was sitting in a certain spot, and this killer was at a certain spot, a suitcase would become a weapon anyone could use.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Where was Dr. Buff's killer at the time of the crime?
Take that!
There?
Oh, that's... This should wrap things up nice and pretty for you, Mr. Wright. I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. Are we going to go 3D again? This time, instead of thinking in 2 dimensions, let's think in 3. Then can we clearly see the killer's method at work. Can I just say, we need to use more of this. We did it once in Apollo Justice, in the first case, in the club, and the hideout. We did it once in Dual Destinies for the DLC case, in trying to figure out with Aura's pool and all that, and once here. 3 times in 3 games. It's bullshit. Like that. And the killer didn't have to swing the suitcase. Oh, look at that animation. Oh, if he used gravity to his advantage, that is. That's right, it was the plaintiff, one Paul Attition Wimperson, who used the suitcase. He pushed it from the 2nd floor and sent it hurtling down onto Dr. Buff, who was sitting at the coffee bar. Yeah!
Fat ladies.
A psychology book had... Well, what do you mean, big fat ladies? A psychology book had been at the coffee bar, no doubt. The doctor must have been...
Look like that.
What? The doctor must have set it down there after he'd finished reading it all, the like. But his blood got on it, which is why the killer thought to hide it in there in that mountain of books. Well, that's quite an interesting, entertaining theory you have there, Mr. Justice. But there's no evidence that the murder took place at the coffee bar. I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Wright.
In the middle in the 3D simulation.
I said the evidence that exists always exists. The evidence does exist. I'm going to show you. You are? This right here is proof that the murder took place at a coffee bar.
Take that!
Its brown stain was determined to be coffee. What's more, it's still a bit damp when we saw it yesterday. Ah. What look at this book speaks volumes, I'm afraid, Mr. Wright. It tells us the doctor was having a cup of coffee at the coffee bar. That's when the suitcase came hurtling down, striking him on the head, causing both his blood and his coffee to splatter onto it. Yeah. Well, Mr. Attition Wimperson. What motive could I have possibly had to kill Dr. Buff? There it is. That final excuse concerned killers that final excuse corner killers are so fond of. Well, the doctor never returned your crystal to you, did he? Instead, he hid it in the cave ruins. Telling him that the Defiant Dragons were a dangerous bunch was a huge blunder. All it did was make him hide the orb. Your lie came back to bite you in the end. I was going to say, keep breaking it. Even worse, the doctor saw the news reports, so he knew the relic was the Founder's orbs. Being a contentious researcher he was, he knew he had to return it to its rightful place. And that meant keeping it out of your hands. Yeah. He was so angry that he refused to return the relic to you. You killed him with your own hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Attition Wimperson? Ah! Chain again. Aye. That is, oh, for God's sake, Phoenix. Apollo, please don't accuse my client of murder. Huh? What do you mean, don't accuse him? Why would you even say that, Mr. Wright? What I meant was, he's a promising politician with a bright future ahead of him. And it's in our nation's best interests to avoid burdening him with the taint of scandal. Say what? Right, you'd better do something to change the current courtroom climate, or I'll be charged with murder. And you know what will happen to her if that happens. And her, I'm sure we'll find out who her is in the next episode. Oh, yes, I know we're leaving it off on a cliffhanger and we're probably so close to the end of this trial, but we'll just have to wait until the next episode. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really, really does help. Click the bell icon down below to be notified when I live stream or upload a video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!